Welcome students. We begin the final part of the unit number 4, the diary from the diary of Anne Frank. Page number 52, and we had stopped with the line, but teachers are the most unpredictable creatures on earth. And it was said by Anne Frank. There was a reason. The reason right now, you can say here on the screen too. As Anne says that teachers are most unpredictable. Is Mr. Casing unpredictable? How? We can say that Anne felt that a quarter of her class was dumb and not fit to be promoted to the next class. She termed Mr. Casing as unpredictable. That's why she said to Mr. Casing, his teacher, that he was unpredictable. Why? Because he lost temper, means he got angry, and assigned her extra homework. Write an essay on a chatterbox. Chatterbox is a person who keeps on continuously talking in the class, speaking in the class, and not paying attention, thus playing a joke on her. She wrote this essay very well, countering his jokes. To her surprise, he took all her essay in the right spirit. He even accepted her to talk, her talkative nature, and allowed her to talk in the class. Thus, she thought that Mr. Casing was unpredictable person. This is the reason that she thought that Mr. Casing was unpredictable person. So here we begin the next paragraph on page number 52. That's why she said, I am not so worried about my girlfriends and myself. Means she was not worried about her friends and she was not worried about herself also. We will make it. Means they were almost going to pass. They were not worried about getting passed and to be promoted to the next class. The only subject I am not sure is maths. Now she was also having trouble in maths. So she had a doubt in maths that would she be able to pass in maths and be promoted to the next class. Anyway, all we can do is wait. And what did she say there? Let's wait and see what happens. Until then, we keep telling each other not to lose heart, and they were consoling one another and telling that not to lose heart, we will get through it. I get along pretty well with all my teachers. There are 9 of them. See, in her school during the class, there were 9 teachers, 7 men and 2 women. 7 were men and 2 were women. Mr. Casing, the old Forgy. Forgy is an old-fashioned person who does not blend with the present time fashion, who teaches maths, was annoyed with me for ages. Means he was angry, annoyed with the girl, with Anne. Ages means since a very long time, because I talk too much. She also talked a lot during the class, and none of the teacher likes students talking during the class. That is one thing which annoys each and every teacher. So I talk so much. After several warnings, he assigned me an extra homework, an essay on the subject, a chatterbox. Now, lots of warning he gave, but yet Anne used to keep on speaking, talking in the class with friends. So at last, the teacher got angry and gave her a homework, extra homework, only specially to her from the entire class, that she has to write an essay on a chatterbox. Chatterbox, again I'll tell, for the person who keeps on talking a lot, who speaks a lot. A chatterbox, what can you write about that? Now that is a difficult topic, a subject to be written. A chatterbox, what can you write on a chatterbox? And an entire essay, how can you write? So she also thought for that. A chatterbox, what can you write about that? I'd worry about that later, I decided. And she said that, okay, let's see. I'll think about it later on. I jotted down the title in my notebook, and she just wrote the title in the notebook. Jotted down means wrote down, tucked it in my bag, and tried to keep quiet. And after that, she kept quiet. Next paragraph. That evening, after I had finished the rest of my homework, the note about the essay caught my eyes. So she was doing the regular homework, and in the evening, after finishing the homework, she saw that note that she had written, that she had to write an essay. I began thinking about the subject while chewing the tip of my fountain pen, and she started thinking that what shall I write about an essay? How shall I write about such a unique and a non-formal topic, a chatterbox? So she started thinking. Anyone could ramble on. Ramble on means talk or write aimlessly for long and leave big spaces between the words. But the trick was to come up with convincing argument. Convincing argument is a statement made in such a manner that people will believe it. So you can write anything, but she wanted to make it look good, that it should convince the teacher also, not just as a punishment, write few pages and give it any kind of rubbish, but she wanted to make it look good. So she decided to, she started thinking about it, proved at the necessity of talking, and now she wanted to prove to the teacher that why it was necessary for her to talk in the class. Now it makes more difficult. For that you have to think a lot, you have to be logical also to prove yourself that it was necessary to talk in the class, and that you have to put down in words. So it was more difficult. I thought, and suddenly I had an idea. I wrote the 3 pages Mr. Casing had assigned me and was satisfied. After that, lots of thinking, she started writing, and she wrote 3 pages. Just imagine, on a chatterbox, which the teacher had given her. I argued that talking is a student's trait, and that I would do my best to keep it under control. What did she argue in the essay? That talking is my trait, and I will try my best, very best, to keep quiet, but that I would never be able to cure myself of the habit since my mother talked as much as I did, if not more. And what did she give the reason? That I will try my level best to keep quiet, but it is a habit. My mother also talks too much, so it is just the thing that I have received from my mother. So how can I keep quiet? And she decided that, and that there's not much you can do about inherited traits. And now, what did she give the reason? Such a logical one. She said that I have inherited it, this quality from my mother. Now you cannot change things which you have inherited from your parents. So my mother also talks, so how can I keep quiet? Inherited traits is quality, physical or mentally, that one gets from one parents. Means we look like our parents, many of our habits are just like our parents, so that cannot be changed. No one can change those things. So that we inherit, we get through our blood, so you cannot change that. So that was the reason she gave, that my mother also talks, so I have inherited that, even I will talk, how can I keep quiet? Mr. Casing had a good laugh at my argument. See, the teacher also, when he read the essay, when the teacher read the essay, instead of getting angry or punishing her, he understood it, understood the argument, and started laughing, had a good laugh. But when I proceeded to talk my way through the next lesson, but see, again during the class, she started talking. He assigned me second essay. So again the teacher got angry, and he assigned her another essay to be completed. This time it was supposed to be on an incorrigible chatterbox. Now incorrigible chatterbox means something that cannot be corrected, usually bad or a bad quality. Now, which see the teacher also gave her an essay first chatterbox. Now, a chatterbox which cannot be cured, which cannot be corrected, which cannot be understood. Now, that was now something more difficult. I handed it in, and again she thought and she wrote, and again she gave that essay to Mr. Casing. Had nothing to complain about for 2 whole lessons, and then the teacher had no complaint. Next essay also she wrote a very good one and gave it to the teacher. Now the teacher also, for 2 more lessons, whole lessons, he had no complaints. However, during the third lesson, he had finally had enough. But again, as the habit, she started talking again. Now, again she started talking. He finally had enough. Now the teacher, Mr. Casing, had finally had enough. Means now he was fed up. He was bored. He was tired of explaining and punishing also, giving assignments to the girl. Now it was enough for him. And Frank, as punishment for talking in class, write an essay entitled. So again, now he is giving her the next topic. And see the name of the essay. Quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox. This was the name of the essay that she had to write. Quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox. Now see, how can you write something? First of all, she had written 2 essays on Chatterbox. Now the third also, but every time the topic was a bit different. The class roared. I had to laugh too. Now everyone started laughing because it was a kind of a punishment. But Anne did not take it as a punishment and took it as a challenge and wrote much better every time. So now I had to laugh too, and she also felt like laughing. Though I had nearly exhausted my ingenuity, means originality and intensiveness. Now you can, how many pages can you write on a topic? You write an essay, you try to pour everything that you have in your mind. Again you get the same topic. So where will you gather more information? Yet you try and then you try to complete it. Then again on the same topic you get the third essay. Now you are exhausted, means you are finished. There are no more thoughts, there are no more ideas that come to you, because you cannot write continuously on a single topic. So now that was the problem. How can she write on the topic of chatterboxes? Now how can she continuously write on the same topic? And the thing was that she didn't want to write rubbish, she wanted to make it look good. So it was time to come up with something else. Now she thought that I will write something else, something original. And she decided, see, she was a young girl, keep that in mind. She was not a grown up woman. And yet she was so good at writing. And now she thought of something to bring out something original. My friend said, who's good at poetry. So see how intelligent she is. She had a friend, and she was very good at poetry, writing poetry. Offered to help me write the essay from beginning to the end in verse, and I jumped for joy. So one of the friend held her helping hand to her and said that we will write, this time you don't write it in an essay form, we will write it in a poetic form, in a verse form, just like a poetry. We'll make it, the essay of the chatterbox, into a kind of a poem which has verses. It will be something new. Mr. Casing was trying to play a joke on me with his ridiculous subject. Now, as it was obvious that the teacher was trying to punish her, insult her, because she kept continuously on talking and gave her the topic. And now they knew that, because he was playing jokes, and ridicule means to make laugh, ridiculous subject, funny subject. But I'd make sure the joke was on him. So what did she decide? That Mr. Casing is trying to make fun of me, I will try to make fun of him. So I will give a good reply to that. So what did she decide to do? I finished my poem and it was beautiful. See, they finished the poem and the poem was really very, very beautiful. It was about a mother duck and a father swan. See, they thought of something and what did they make out of it? There was a mother duck and a father swan with three baby ducklings, means baby ducks, and they had three baby ducklings who were beaten to death by the father because they quacked too much. Now, how does the verse go? That there were three baby ducklings and they were beaten to death. They were beaten to death by the father because they quack too much. Now, obviously, small ducklings will continuously quack. So, the father had given them so much beating and then killed them because they quacked too much continuously. Luckily, Mr. Casing took the joke the right way. Now, what happened? When the teacher read the essay, he read it very sincerely and he thought about it. And he took that essay in the right way. Means he did not take it as an insult. He just took it in a good sense and took the joke in the right way. He read poem to the class and see what did he do. He was a good teacher. So what did he do? He took the poem and read it to the entire class so that everybody could listen and everybody could enjoy. So, adding his own comments and to several other classes as well. See, he added his own comments, he read out in other classes also because the poem was so good. Since then, I have been allowed to talk. And what happened? Since then, he says, N says, I have been allowed to talk and haven't been assigned any extra homework. Now what happened? After that, N was allowed to talk in the class. The teacher never wanted to punish her back, never insulted her, never corrected her, and she used to talk in the class. And Mr. Casing would keep on giving the notes and carrying on with the lesson. So Mr. Casing really liked the way she wrote. Mr. Casing liked the way she wrote and he took it as a positive note in his life. But the thing was that how Anne wrote and how she responded, that was more important. She did not make it into a insulting form, but she wrote it in a joyous manner, and that too was liked by the teacher. He too liked it. Since then, I have been allowed to talk and haven't been assigned. After this incident, the teacher never gave any punishment or any kind of essay again to Anne to write in her homework. On the contrary, Mr. Casing always making jokes these days. See, now what happened? On the contrary, she says that Mr. Casing has also started playing jokes in the class and he is also enjoying. So that brought a change in his life and he also started playing jokes. This was the quality of N. And this is just a extract from her entire diary. There are lots of sad things also included in her diary, because when they were brought to the concentration camp, the disease and the separation of the family and lots of painful things too are written in the diary. That's why the diary is so famous throughout the world and the second most read book in the world. Here she ends by saying, yours, N. In the book also, textbook, we have written, extracted from the diary of a young girl with a slight adaptation, means a bit of change has been made because it was uh, originally written in Dutch language, and it has been translated into many other languages also throughout the world. And still lots of people do visit Anne's home at Amsterdam, and it is just like a museum. Lots of people do visit there to see in which condition she lived, where did she grow up, where was the place where she was hidden. Everything are still all these things are still preserved there, and lots of people do yet visit these places, and they just take a look and the condition of it. The poor girl had later on died in the concentration camp, a very pitiful life, but whatever she wrote became a history throughout the world, and it was one of the document through which the entire world came to know that how brutal the Nazi rule was, how brutally Hitler and his army had killed thousands and thousands of people, and what was going through the camp. This all the things that Anne wrote became a document which later on helped the historians to understand, and it gave a clear view to the entire world also that what actually happened. In the next lecture, we are going to uh, discuss the question answers which are on page number 54, thinking about the text. You are allowed to write. You can begin writing because we have completed the chapter also. Until we meet again, thank you. Please go through the chapter once again, read it, and start writing the answers. We will discuss, but you better start writing if you are unknowing the answers, because you might be having the textbook also. So we'll just complete the chapter here. Thank you.